Hello, my lovely opportunists. My name is Winter. I'm the editor and player character of Charity. I just wanted to give everyone a quick reminder to follow our podcast so you don't miss an episode. Thank you for tuning back in, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi everybody, I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll, or the Diggity Diggity Dungeon DJ. I'm here with Group 1. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Ro.
Hi.
Oh, stop.
More effort, guys. Say hi, everybody.
I'm so defeated after last
Hello.
episode. We're so defeated after last episode. Give us a break.
We're sad and we're scared.
That's fair. I think that's a fair thing. Because last episode, so we found more dead bodies. We have missing memories, a bloody Maggie.
And Aeson bloody died.
Aeson died, yeah, but he came back. I mean, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. Let's go ahead and start with Winter.
Hi, I'm Winter, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric.
Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie,
Red.
I'm Red and/or Emery, and I play Maggie, the human bard of glamour.
And Rodeo.
Yo, I'm Rodeo, or otherwise known as Maxwell, and I play Aeson, Goldhand, half-elf fighter cavalier.
Last we left off, you guys had made your way back to the manor. We had everybody getting some kind of rest. Did anyone want to do anything in that time? Speak to
yes.
anybody or...
Yes. Aeson would like to do a couple things. First, he would like to speak to Edmund.
Okay.
And he'll approach Edmund and
This is probably when Maggie's asleep, because that's the only time she would ever let you out of
well,
her
no,
sight.
I was thinking this was after he talked to Charity. I mean, she could be with him if she wanted to. I mean, he kind of wants to talk to him in private, but he'll understand if she follows.
I really think I like the idea of like Aeson getting up and going to talk
Okay.
with Maggie while Maggie's
So then
asleep.
before that, Aeson brings Maggie to bed, he'll want to lay down and he'll like rest his head on her and just want her to like calm, stroke his hair, be nice to her, and stuff like that. But he's going to have out the Paladin book that Pembroke gave him. And he's going to be studying it diligently and looking into it, especially things about like the gods and what happens when you worship them at this level.
And I'll be honest, Maggie's so stressed emotionally. You know how like you tried her emotionally exhausted, but you just can't fight it anymore? She'd pass out. And that's why I'm saying I think it would be... Yeah. She's so emotionally exhausted that she just can't stay up anymore.
Okay. So
It doesn't take her long.
Edmund would be in the study. He'd have his book, he'd have a small brazier, just kind of tossing things in, kind of experimenting.
Edmund, he'll slowly sneak his way out from under Maggie's arm, and he'll go find Edmund, and he'll see him, and he'll kind of almost sheepishly. He's acting different, since he died. Would you mind if I talk to you for a moment, Edmund?
It's kind of a sure I get why me kind of look, but he'll nod and he'll kind of kick a stool out from underneath the chair that he's working at.
He'll take on it, and he'll take the stool, and he'll do like the cool backwards sit on it,
Oh, you're the cool dad.
Yeah, he's a cool dad. You know much about magic, like I've said before. I know nothing.
I know what's been presented to me. Books. That's merely...
Well, maybe you've read something about it or something, but there were a couple things. What hit me out there, I guess I died. and he'll explain to him the feeling that happened when he was hit by it before he died.
Sounds like a really hard to find spell. They call it Finger of Death, but it's worse. He'll pull out a book from the bookshelf in the study and kind of flip it open. It's not an actual spell, but it's a pamphlet or a section on basically what it is. It's a dark magic, mostly found in necromancy kind of spells. It's basically a hope I kill you spell.
So the man was capable of doing this.
Maybe.
And is there anything we can do to stop that or to negate some of its effect? Is there any magics you know? Any wardings or anything?
I don't know. Maybe.
As for more about it, I don't know if it's in this book or if maybe it's something you've learned or heard, but when I died, I wasn't anywhere that I was taught I would be. When you go, it was empty. It was a void. I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking about it.
Sounds like you were in kind of like the ether.
What can you tell me about the ether?
Well, the ether's not really. So the ether's like the void. It's like nothing. You don't really see it anymore. Things without magic in them. Life kind of revolves around it in some way. Like every bit of person has magic in them.
Even me?
Even you. You might not be able to use it, but it's there. Kind of keeps us moving, kind of like our blood. But the void is fundamentally wrong. It's off. It's a ghost story you tell mages who fuck with the wrong shit. And he'll just like openly curse in front of you.
he won't even notice it. Is there a reason I would have gone there?
Something took your soul, or tried to consume it, or contain it, even. You get things like soul gems and soul-bound items and sentient things that were once things or people. I don't know. He either wanted you gone or completely dead, so.
Well, then maybe just maybe that'll be an upper hand that we can have.
Chances are he probably will still think you're dead. Yeah, so I think I get where you're saying there.
Edmund, I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think we are, though.
But I've seen the magic you can do, and it blows me away. But what that thing did, and it looked. He's gonna like sigh or like do a little huff. Do you remember that? Do you remember that elven boy in Croca that went with Mila, and the elven girl who I was traveling with?
Tencel, I think, was mentioned his name.
Yes, Tencel. It looked like him, but older, like his father. But I thought his father was missing, and I thought his father was a good person.
Maybe he was at one point.
What could corrupt him so horribly and make him so powerful?
Demons. Creatures that probably shouldn't be here. The wall between us is thin. It's getting thinner every day as far as it goes between heaven and, death and all that junk or whatever all that is. I don't know, I'm not really religious, but people die, right? And you go to hell, we hear demons, and We have books of these things, like we fought them before, and I think what we're dealing with is a demon. It has the power to move, to take people, to be anywhere.
So simply killing the body won't do anything to it then.
Maybe not. But maybe we don't have to destroy it. Maybe we just have to stop it again.
Would you like to follow me to the vault? Maybe there are books that could help you greater than in your study down there. There are books of great importance down there. Maybe there's something that could help you with your magic. Maybe something for binding. Maybe something for stopping.
Maybe I can take a look, but I don't know.
I'm just grasping at straws. I don't want what happened to me to happen to any of you.
You know, I hate you.
Why is that?
Because I can't hate you.
What? Why would you want to hate me?
Because you're a guy. Let's face it. They're all pretty much dicks. We're all pretty much assholes.
Aeson will nod. We can be. But sometimes you have to let the good outweigh the bad. I know my fiancé in there isn't too happy with me after what happened tonight. But that thing that we took back, that corpse, he was talking with the man that did this to me. And it was saying that it spread the sickness to Graydon, and it was saying the blight is there, and that the fires are started, and that the man told it to go fetch the slaves, go prepare the slaves, and get ready for whatever it needed to do.
Sacrifices for a spell.
I couldn't let it go and do that, so I stopped it. And I figured I could stop it and then run. I figured I've been hit with spells, and I've been hit with that giant thing we fought in Croca before. I figured I could take one, maybe two, and run away. But the next thing I knew, I was waking up in Maggie's lap, and you had all told me I was dead. I had to stop it. Maybe we bought us some time.
Sounds like whatever he has, he's already got finished.
But if we can delay the collection of the slaves, that's something.
We'd have to go in, but we'd need more people.
I don't know. And I am sorry that you can't hate me, if that would have made it easier for you, but I appreciate you, and I have taken quite a fondness to you since traveling with you. You are an extraordinary character. Even
right,
though
you can stop kissing my ass.
I was going to say, even though a little rough around the edges sometimes, but you mean well and you do well. Now we need to find a way to stop this.
He's gonna get up. He's gonna go over to a corner of the study and move a few books and pull out a small little chest. A little tiny one. Kind of like with used for coffers and other such things.
Okay.
And he's going to kind of step on over and kind of set it on the table and scoot it over to you. We eventually are going to Hazel. We're my dad. So we need everything that we can right now. And we need you to get your shit together. We're all scared. But we have to fight. If we want anyone to live.
I know.
I think we all see what's going on. Croca, Eris, Rahul.
Graded now.
They're falling. He's been playing everything like a fiddle. Us too. I think you'll need that. And he's gonna head on out.
Aeson will wait until he's out, and then he will open the coffer and look and see what's inside.
Inside is a necklace made out of bone. It is twined with hair and other types of things. It is a necklace that will allow you to summon a phantom steed once a day.
Ooh. So would Aeson know what it was by looking at it, or would there be like a description?
You could roll an Arcana to see if you can read the inscription.
An Arcana.
I think maybe he may have given you. Yeah, you can't read that.
All right, Aeson will put the necklace on, and then he'll try to use that magic that Edmund said was in him to get it to work.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana.
It's a 2.
2?
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Well, it is quite interesting looking. I shall hold on to it. He gave it to me. And Aeson will head back to bed. And he will, as calmly as he can, try to lay down in there. And he will put his arms around Maggie. And then he will reach into the dresser drawer. And he will pull out that crystal picture he has of the two of them. And he'll just look at it. And he'll be thinking of simpler times. And he'll feel that connection to this item.
I think it'll give a glow. You'll actually see like the crystal project the image.
So yeah, the crystal. Oh no, you said that you could get it printed onto paper.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he had done.
Okay.
And so that's like you said, the thing that he needs to be tied to. That's gonna be his object. There's gonna be a picture of them from simpler times when things were easier.
It works.
And he's going to place it in his breast pocket. And then he's going to hold on to Maggie as close as he can and kiss the top of her head and then try to drift off to sleep.
Okay. Early the next morning, you guys will hear the birds chirp. It is the 28th of Solmora. There is a smell that will wake you guys up. You guys are so used to the nasty, the dirty, the grungy, that lovely fresh smell of cooked bread, butter. There is a hint of turkey, some gravy even kind of wafting through that. As you guys head downstairs, if you wish to, or even waking up off the couch and heading into the kitchen, you'll find there is a nice lavish meal here. We've got cranberry sauce, homemade, nice and thick. We've got a full roasted turkey and chicken. Both of these garnished with their own kind of dressing and gravy, as well as kind of to the side of it, it's stuffing. There's two types of stuffing. The stuffing that was cooked inside of it and a nice, rich, fluffy stuffing for people who don't really like that kind of inner stuffing because it's a little soggy a bit.
So before they go down, as they're waking up, Aeson is going to take Maggie's hand and he's going to say, "I'm sorry." And then he's going to take that picture out and he's going to show it to her. He's going to say, "We'll get back here again." We'll make it there.
She gives him a gentle smile, and she says, "We never left. We're
I
just
mean,
under bad times right now."
I mean to the point where we're not fighting for the world's sake. Where
She
we could
smiles.
relax and maybe go on another trip again.
And she'll get a soft smile. Maybe someday.
I'll see to it.
And she'll give a gentle, like, cup of his face. And she will just smile.
That breakfast smells amazing, though. We should go get some.
She nods and, like, waits for him to move.
He'll get up and then, like, offer a hand to help her get out of the bed.
Yep, she'll take it.
I'd say accompanying with the meal, Hugglesberg would give Maggie, as she's coming down, the bottle of her father's favorite wine.
She'll hold it to her chest. Thank you.
Of course, madam. Would you like a glass?
I think I'll save this for when I see my father.
Of course. We have more.
She gets a very sad look on her eyes.
I'll go get another bottle. Oh, I'll head back downstairs.
And Maggie's about to say, like, okay. Like, she was like, I don't, you know. But she won't. If he's gonna, she's not gonna say much.
How about Charity? What are you doing?
I think that as soon as she woke up, she would have come to the kitchen, just try to pick up food, but she's not feeling so great. Like, she feels like him dying, even if he is alive now, is completely her fault. So trying to decide exactly what to do. She'll probably just sit down and just try to relax, try to remain like composed, if that makes sense.
Can I insight Charity?
Sure.
Hang on, let me roll a performance. Yeah, so she's not doing very well at pretending to be okay.
Aeson will remember that. He'll want to talk to her later.
Maggie will sit close to her, but like, not that she's like, she just wants to be near people she loves right now.
Try to lean over and put her arm around Maggie's shoulder. How did you sleep?
Good, you?
I ended up falling asleep on the couch, but I feel good. I feel rested, at least.
Well, at least you got some sleep, yeah?
Yeah. We should definitely talk about heading back to the house rather than hiding in the manor.
Yes. My father's probably wondering where the hell I am. She chuckles lightly.
Aeson's gonna, is Edmund at the breakfast table?
Yes. I'd say he'd come down eventually.
Alright, when Edmund comes down, I'll be like, Edmund, this necklace you gave me is wonderful, but does it do anything?
Yeah, you couldn't read it?
No.
Maggie smiles softly.
I think he might mutter underneath his breath. It's not like a fuck you thing, but it's like just a shit.
Yeah, no, he gets it. Let me just I can't just post that my intelligence score is 8 in the chat.
Which sucks because at this point Edmund's intelligence score is 18. Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
Well, it's great because they got the stereotypical duo right there. You got the jock Aeson with the strength score of 20 and then 18 intelligence Edmund. But they're friends. It's like you want to call Edmund a nerd, you're gonna get a wedgie from Aeson. That's what's gonna happen.
He'll show you like a fingertip to thumb symbol, and then he'll say like 2 words, and he'll say that'll summon it.
What will it summon?
Whatever you want.
Aeson will nod. Could be very useful. I do have quite a bit of training in mounted combatants.
Well, why don't you go take it out and give it a try? It's once a day.
Aeson will smile. And then he'll look over to Maggie.
Like a child on Christmas Day.
Maggie will just sigh and say, "Go on."
Yeah, he'll go do it. He'll do the thing, and it will look like his horse that he took Maggie for a ride on when they left Graydon to go back to her hometown when she got back from the Barded College. And it'll be like a brown horse with white socks.
Maggie's just gonna smile brightly at that.
Okay.
And like nothing had ever, like it's like riding a bike for him. He'll just hop on that thing and just ride around, and he'll look really happy. He'll look like he has forgotten all the bad things that have happened to him in the past 24 hours, and he'll be doing all sorts of just cantering and like skidding around in the snow and just having fun.
How's that? That work? Oh, so did it work? Can you hear me?
Yeah, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that.
I thought I dropped there for a second. Okay.
Basically a Polish Arabian.
Oh. So,
Maggie's just watching this from the doorway.
as you're riding for a little bit, you'll kind of come to a trot near the portal a bit. When you kind of blink, you're gonna black out. You'll find yourself kind of sitting in the grass, as if the horse despawned. Now,
How much do I remember?
nothing.
Not even getting out and summoning the horse?
Well, you remember the summoning the horse, but like the moment you like looked through the portal, you saw something. From that moment, you blacked out. So we're gonna get away from you for a minute. We're gonna go back inside. Because we got a couple of people enjoying a lovely breakfast. Charity Everett will come in. I think he's going to be a little cold from last night, but he's going to be like piling the food in his mouth.
Charity will lean over and ask, "Are you always this hungry after you go through a full moon? Blood moon at that."
He'll look at you kind of like, "How dare you ask my weight?" Like it's something that they don't talk about, I guess, often. It's like eventually, like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Don't really think about it much.
I'll remember that. Next time there's a full moon, I'll make sure that we have quite a lot of food ready for you.
He'll shove a turkey leg in his mouth.
She'll probably grab, like, you said there was fresh bread, right? So she'll probably grab a slice of bread and slowly pull it apart and eat.
There's some jams there. They got raspberry jam. They've got apple jam. They've got kind of like a mixed blueberry / wild berry jam.
Just bread is good.
Okay. How about Maggie? How about you? How you doing this morning? What are you going to do for breakfast?
She's just gonna eat some, like... She's really picking at her food more than anything. She's not, like... She has so much running through her head right now that, like, she'll take food, but, like, she, like, she eats like a bird, almost. Because, like, she's so lost in thought, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
So, like, she'll get, like... I don't know how to describe it. She'll just get food that's closest to her, not even really thinking of what it is.
Okay. But
And she'll just eat it.
I think if Edmund sit down, grab a little bowl of cereal or something like that. Well, not like cereal, but like kind of like the oats and milk, and warming it up as best he can. A little bit of spell, kind of make it frothy and thick, kind of like a oatmeal. I say after a meal. The sounds of the horse kind of jockeying around will stop outside.
I actually have a question that would be funny, but it's relevant. When I forget and black out, am I becoming incapacitated?
Not in a sense, no.
Okay, because then technically this is funnier for me. Mounting or dismounting my creature, or wait, no, if I fall off my mount and descend no more than 10 feet, I land on my feet. So all of a sudden, not on my butt. I was riding a horse, and now I'm standing there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The moment she hears this horse stop, Maggie's gonna, like, just out of from everything that's happened last night, she, like, literally drops everything she's doing. Like, spoon clatters on the table, the cup gets put down a little too roughly, and she bolts it out the door.
By the time you get out there, you'll see Aeson standing on his feet with, I assume, his rose blade in his hand.
Yeah.
Maggie's instantly gonna look around to see if there's anything.
Sure. You can give me a perception if you like.
Yep, I will do that.
That is a 10.
I rolled a 10.
Everything seems fine.
Maggie's gonna go up to him and slowly put her hand on his hand that has the blade. And we'll say, Aeson?
Okay, so Aeson, she puts her hand on his hand with the blade, and he's gonna look to her, and he's gonna, like, rub his temples on his bridge of his nose, and he is going to say, "Something's going on." I was riding the horse, and now I'm not. Do you remember the other day when we were in the room, and then all of a sudden I had my sword out, and I don't remember why?
And I came back very bloodied and don't know why.
So, something's happening. I don't have gaps in my memory. Not like this.
Neither do I. She'll just kind of look back. She'll go back in the house, kind of like holding onto Aeson's hand. And then she will... she'll go to Charity and be like, Charity, do you have any lapses in memory?
None that I know of is at present. Why, did you have another moment of not knowing what happened?
No, Aeson did.
That's not good. Where? What was going on?
I need to get back to my family. I need to get back to my family and my father and my mother, and
Then
I think this has to do with the demon that my mother was telling me
Then
about.
let's pack up and we'll head back into Eris Castle.
But Aeson has to stay here.
Why?
He's wanted in Eris, Charity.
But if there's also something
can't just
going
walk
on in there, we can put kind of disguise on him. I mean,
I have the disguise necklace that William gave me.
exactly.
Oh, okay. As long as we have an escape plan in a sense, or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She sighs.
Scrolls of resurrections, weird necklaces. We got a lot of magic, don't we?
Yep. And Maggie's just gonna. By the way, her outfit did change.
Okay.
I gave it to Winter. I'll show it to you guys in chat. But anyways, I'll show you what she's wearing right now. But anyways, besides that, Maggie is going to look at them, and she's like playing with her hands, and she's just very nervous looking.
So, we have a monster one end and a monster the other end.
Aeson will look to Maggie. Which one of the dead people that we buried was the most important?
Maggie's eyes are gonna widen. She's going to think back. What was the one that was the most important?
There was the Dutch and the Duchess of Wellington. It got them both.
I will be the Duke of Wellington then. Perhaps you said your father was having trouble with the courts. Perhaps me being that could do something.
Maggie's gonna look a little nervous at the thought of Aeson in the courts. TBH, she's gonna be like, okay.
I've been practicing.
Okay.
This is gonna be hilarious.
I'll be with you the entire time.
I've been practicing, and you know I'm fairly good at my speechcraft.
There you go, Rodeo. It's your new face for a while.
Oh, I
Maggie just lets out. She puffs. He's fucking handsome though. Holy shit. Anyways, Maggie is just gonna do kind of like what I just did. She's gonna like puff her cheeks out when she lets out a breath. She's just like, okay.
I just want to let you know this, Corey, because I don't know if this will make anything that matters. But my passive perception is 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah, I have a pretty high passive.
Let me see. I have a passive perception of 12. It's not very good.
What's let me check Charity's.
Hers is 14. 15 right. Oh, I mean, do you add the +1 from her coat?
Yeah.
She's still wearing that. So then it'd be 15.
So, are we going into the woods or back into the castle?
Charity, you should also have Hogglesworth make that into an actual coat for you instead of just a pelt.
Probably, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
She would probably want to do it on her own, though. But the plan was to go back into the castle, right?
Yeah. Oh, I guess. That's up to you.
That's what I was asking everyone else.
Yeah, I like that disguise self means that I can make my armor look like clothes.
So, with the new disguise, you guys head back into the mansion. Each room is clean, and everything seems calm.
This is. I'm gonna do another insight. I don't like this.
Okay. $11.
I rolled above a fucking 10, but it's a fucking 11.
Technically, you
I'm gonna
rolled a
use-
9, so it's not above a 10.
Roll a lucky.
Alrighty.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
You're due. 22 and 21.
Yes.
19 plus 2. So, insight of 21. I mean, it's like, I don't know exactly what you're trying to insight because it does all seem relatively normal.
Like,
You
is
might
the
open.
calm, like, is there something off about the calm? Like, is it an eerie calm, or is it just calm, or is it like a calming calm? Does that make sense?
Just a calm. I mean, there's just nothing going on. It's like an empty room.
That's gonna make Maggie nervous, regardless. And she's instantly gonna start looking for her father. Like, she's not even gonna hesitate. She's gonna just start looking for him.
Okay.
Hey Corey, I have a question for you that I need.
Sure.
So there's something in this about like if people actually want to try to determine whether or not it's a disguise, they can roll an ability check against my spell save DC.
Mm-hmm.
But since I'm not a spellcaster, I don't have a spell save DC. Is it your main attribute?
I have your DC.
Okay, because I was like, if it's my main attribute, my spell save DC would be 16.
Okay. So
Unless
you would
it's charisma.
you then probably head out of your bedroom, opening the doors, walking down the hall. You'll see people cleaning, taking care of the armor. 2 or 3 people, but not like a lot. You know, you'd expect to see more, especially with a place this size. But there's not. Walking into the main corridor, everybody will black out for a minute. When you kind of wake up, I'd say you guys might be somewhere in a half jog to the main dining hall, which is just around the corner. But you'll kind of black out and wake up, and in front of you is the large dining hall with your father, a few other nobles, and everything else.
Maggie's wearing that outfit, and she's wearing like a booted heel, like so like they can hear her feet when she's coming in.
Mhm.
And she like opens the doors and she'll curtsy a little bit, and then she'll go straight to her father.
Hey, some bow.
All right.
And she will go up to him and whisper in his ear, "Father, I'd like to speak to you alone, please. If I can."
He'll look to you and he'll nod, and he'll kind of smile and give the other 2 another glance. Again, those 2 will lean over and start whispering to themselves again.
I just want to freaking nut cunt them all the way. Just fucking hate them. Anyways.
Like, what's wrong here?
Something's going on. Something very, very bad.
Like what?
Do you have any gaps in your memory?
And he'll look to you like, are you reading my mind? Maybe.
Dad, I
Why?
need you to be honest with me, please.
Yes. Maybe, like, if the lunch...
She'll take her journal while he's talking, and she'll flip it to the page where her mother wrote, and she'll point to it. There is a demon in this castle. There is something very, very wrong here. You need to believe me when I say this.
Do. What do we do?
I don't know. But it has to do something with memory. I don't know what to do. Like, Maggie's going to look at her father and be like, there has to be a way that I can get more out of Mom. There has to.
And he'll kind of really kind of step you more to the side a little bit. I don't think we should stay here.
I don't think so either.
We can't get him.
Dad, come with me to Mom. We need to talk to her. Come on. And she's gonna start like taking his hand to walk.
Okay.
And she's gonna clack along. And she hopes that everybody's following along with them, but she doesn't expect so either.
Aeson will walk beside him.
Okay.
And then he'll say, "It's good to see you, sir."
You do.
Aeson's gonna like do like, "Oh, how'd you know it was me?"
He'll kind of. It's like one of the necklaces he has on to make sure that nobody's trying to like sneak poison into your drink, or you're not, somebody speaking to you who shouldn't. It's a protection thing for royalty.
So he can see through my disguise.
But that's like for like kings, queens. Stand-in king right now, so.
She's gonna knock on her mother's door very softly. Is Charity still with us?
Is she?
Yeah, Charity would have trailed along.
So,
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
They'll all kind of diverge into this dining hall. We will come back out with your father. Everything will black out again the moment you leave that room. The moment you make it into the full dining hall. You'll reach it to your mother's room, and everybody will kind of unpool for a moment. As kind of looking around, there's only 3 of you. Charity, Aeson, and Maggie. Sitting in front of you is your mother in her small room. She's looking a little bit
Dad?
better.
And she's gonna, Maggie's gonna look around.
Your hands
Dad?
will be bloody.
Dad?
Perception on the room?
Sure, go ahead.
And she's gonna, start wiping her hands on her pants. Does it come off?
It's 12.
It'll wipe off. Perception of 11 with a 12, which is +1.
I'll roll.
Everything seems normal.
How about
Perception of a 16. You're gonna notice an eerie, just a silence. Like something feels missing.
Mom?
She'll look to you. She's a little bit more kind of responsive today.
Mom, tell me about this demon.
What demon, dear?
She's gonna point to the stuff that she wrote to her the last time she was here with her.
Who did
It
you
was
let
you,
draw in your
Mom.
book, sweetie?
Yes, Mom.
Me? I don't remember writing.
Oh my god. Okay. There's something happening here. Dad is gone. I don't know where he was. He was following me to go to you. I think they're trying to keep you two split up. I don't know why.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna do something like
Okay.
I think Charity
What
is
would you
going
like
to
to do?
pull out her prayer book and start writing in the blank pages at the very, very back. I'm going to start
Mhm.
keeping notes.
That is an intelligence
Good
of
idea.
0, Max. 0.
Yeah.
That is a straight 0.
Oh, Lord.
Actually, it's
What were you trying not to
This might-
remember actively?
This might actually be more of a wisdom than an intelligence, now that I'm thinking.
Well, how about you tell me what you're doing and I'll tell you.
I'm trying to think if Aeson would remember that he forgot that when he looked at the portal. He forgot everything up till
Oh,
that
yeah,
point.
you can remember that easily. You guys can easily remember the
So
lapses, just not what happens in between.
Every time we forget something, you forgot something when you came in here. You must have seen something, or something must have happened in your mind. I saw the portal, and then I forgot things.
You'll hear
I have an
You'll hear a
idea.
thunderbolt crack kind of go off in the distance.
Maggie jumps. Where's my dad?
Maggie,
That was good timing.
Charity, can one of you clean Maggie's hands?
And Charity will pour some of the water from her water skin into the scraps she keeps in her bag. And
I was about to
There's
say
a nice
Maggie has
water base in
that
Maggie has
works.
prestidigitation, so
Charity's still very used to doing everything by
No,
hand,
fair. No,
so
that's
she
fine.
would at least go to start doing that, and then you're welcome to take over and use.
no.
prestige too.
If she saw Charity going through the
You-
trouble of doing that, she wouldn't undermine Charity's kindness like that.
You keep coming back when you
I
forget
know.
with hands that are bloody.
I know, and she starts shaking her
Now,
hands, her wrist,
We need
I know.
We need to go find your father. I want to try something. I'll need the two of you. I'm going to close my eyes and lead me back to your father. I will walk
She'll
with you.
nod and take his hand.
If something that we're seeing is causing us to forget things, maybe if I don't see it, I'll be able to do something.
Just recently learned Dimension Door 2. Just as something to keep in mind.
Aeson will not. I have no idea.
Take us from one spot to another, my lord.
And no, I think we should walk there. If something is causing us to forget, if we run into it again, I might be able to stop from whatever's happening. I might be able to do something if it doesn't affect me.
How are you going to hit something you can't see? Fair enough.
With my ears.
She sighs. All right. And she'll take his hand and walk out the door. And she'll be like, Mom, stay here, okay?
She'll just nod. Okay, babe. You'll hear another thunderbolt kind of crack off in the distance. A little bit closer, actually. It's like right through the door. The door will actually start to rattle.
That's loud too. I've been near thunder when lightning or thunder when it strikes near. It's fucking loud. So Aeson will feel Maggie's whole body tense, but she's gonna keep going. And she's also holding Charity's hand because she just needs her emotional support Charity right now.
And Charity'd be right there for you, just gently holding your hand.
So, as we head out of this room, we head down the stairway. We turn around the way. Since we have one person with their eyes closed, two people awake currently, and strangely, we're still on that eerie silence.
Aeson's gonna be listening out, trying to use his heightened sense of hearing because his eyes are closed.
Okay. Let's see here.
If you want me to roll a perception, I can.
Go ahead.
14. It's not too bad.
And what are you listening for exactly?
Anything out of the ordinary, because he's got his eyes closed, so his other senses are becoming more acute. Maybe he smells something. Maybe he hears something different.
Oh,
maybe he feels cold.
You'll smell it. You'll feel it.
What do I smell and feel?
Well, first thing that you're going to notice is that as soon as you guys leave and go down the area, the main Great Hall is completely closed. Girls, you will see bodies lining the halls. Blood everywhere. There is like a nice sheen of like splattered or like kind of anything kind of rotting. And at the far end of the hall, kind of braced against the main door, is a rather large creature. It has a mass of several heads. Let me see if I can get you guys a look at what this thing looks like. What the?
That's so cool, but like, what the fuck? I think it's the coolest thing ever. But fuck.
It will be consuming one of the two of the people from breakfast this morning who leaned over and started whispering, the high end.
So it's not my father.
No. Your father is on the other side of the room, hiding behind a pillar, much like Everett and Edmund, who has this weird... He's got this... Do you know old optometry things where they get the... He's got that on his face. So he's got things holding his eyes open.
Just so he doesn't forget.
Just like that. So,
Are the
Oh,
things from
God.
Clockwork Orange?
no, they're just silver. But this thing will be feeding. You'll hear nothing. The heads will coo or kind of like turn to themselves as if they want to be singing or something, but they need to eat.
Mm-mm. Real quick before anything else, can Charity, like, because she's already holding Maggie's hand, can she cast Death Ward real quick on Maggie?
Sure.
Cool, so as soon as
Ooh.
she sees this thing, she's gonna squeeze Maggie's hand tightly and just whisper, "Don't die."
You know how you can feel when somebody's hands are like sweaty?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling the sweat. Sorry, Charity.
Oh, you're fine.
So Aeson can feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
something's wrong. Probably
And he
hear
can
it.
probably
He
hear
smell it,
Maggie.
too.
You'll smell
'cause he's so
corpses.
attuned to Maggie. He probably can hear her breathing heighten and her get a small gasp. And she's not leaving
So
at
Aeson
all.
will blindly take out his sword.
Yeah, while you're looking at it, you remember it.
Aeson will take out his sword and make it into a thing. He's still got his eyes closed.
Okay.
Can I look?
I mean, you can look if you wish.
No, he's asking the girls. Can I look? Are you
We're
there?
here. Nothing's gonna happen if you look, but just
Don't blink.
Aeson will open his eyes.
You'll see this writhing mass of just... Yeah.
This is the thing. Do we stop it now? Aeson will
Yes.
say Aeson
Maggie's
will,
automatically screaming yes.
Aeson will remove his shield and start walking towards it.
You'll see Edmund kind of like he's gonna attempt to say no, but I don't think it's gonna do anything because he's trying to be quiet.
Well, and I'm focusing on Edmund. I'm focusing on the thing.
And Maggie's going to pull out her viola and play and do Mantle of Inspiration to give everybody, not everybody, 3 people, so Charity, Everett, and
There's no
Aeson.
Everett. Is Everett with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Everett's there.
Everett,
yeah, he's standing with Edmund.
yeah.
Right?
So Charity, Everett, and Aeson are gonna get 5 temporary hit points, and can move.
Do I get to move?
Yeah, you get to move immediately up to move to your speed without provoking an opportunity attack. I know you're getting the map ready, Corey, but I just wanted to let you know that that's what's.
All right, Aeson will he'll start moving closer then. Come on, armor class. Come on, armor class and hit points. Don't let me down.
I gave you temporary, so
I know I'm at 77 with your temporary hit
good
points
shit.
and very high armor class.
Power of friendship will get us through. Charity, just hold on to my hand. We'll get through it all. I'm so glad we're finally fighting this thing. Like, I've been wanting this thing to be dead for so long. Also, I want to see how it works in action, so I'm pretty excited about that too. I'm just gonna move myself closer to Charity because we're holding hands. So, unless Charity told Maggie to no, Maggie would have to let go to Player Viola. So actually, she's not holding hands anymore.
They're still standing right next to each
Yeah.
other there.
where I'd like to end it for the night.
Hello again, Opportunists. My name is Winter. I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric. I'm also the editor and co-founder of Opportunity Roll. I want to say thanks again for listening to us. We hope you enjoy our episodes as much as we do. Don't forget to like and follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. Thank you to Sirenscape as we use their sound sets for our music in-game. Visit the description for the link to our full credits and where to download the software. Thanks to Kobold Press since we use their monsters to keep our players on their toes. Head over to our Patreon if you want to support us and unlock new levels of heroism, gaining feats and treasure galore. With that, I hope you have a lovely day, and remember, keep your opportunities open.